What if I told you that right now, as I'm speaking, you've already forgotten something? It's true. According to Hermann Ebbinghausen's The Forgetting Curve, we can forget up to 90% of the information we take within just a few days. Yes, 90%. Imagine if your phone lost data like that. Well, we'd all be pretty panicked. Ebbinghausen's forgetting curve shows that without review, we can lose significant amount of data quickly because our brain naturally discards information that it deems as non-essential. So, to retain more, we need strategies that help make the information stick. I often find myself forgetting important details but strangely remembering random, irrelevant things. For instance, just the other day, during an exam, I was trying to recall an answer, but instead, a random song just kept playing in my head. And now, don't ask me how that exam went. Has this ever happened to you? Isn't it curious how we can remember the lyrics to a song that we heard years ago, but forget the name of the person that we have just met yesterday? So, you see, memory is complicated. It's a complex cognitive process that occurs in three key steps: encoding, storing, and retrieving. We first encode the information, then store it in our memory, and retrieve it when needed. This model, proposed by psychologists Richard Atkinson and Richard Schifrin in 1968, has helped shape our understanding on how memory actually works. When it's working well, it's like a superhero, making it to meetings on time, remembering birthdays, and accomplishing goals we never thought were possible. But when it's not, it's more like a villain, leaving us staring into space, wondering if our brains have gone into a vacation without even telling us. But here's the thing: memory loss isn't just for the grandparents' club. Studies published in Psychological Science found out that even healthy adults can forget up to 30% of the new information they take after just 24 hours. Studies have also found out that things like lack of sleep and stress can make memory loss more frequent. For example, a study from University of California showed that not getting enough sleep can decrease memory by as much as 40%. Stress can also shrink the part of the brain responsible for memory. Now, this brings us to the big question: how can we improve our memory or our ability to retain information? The answer lies in a simple yet a powerful approach: the memory techniques. Philosophers have been exploring new memory techniques since the ancient times, with the visualization being a common one that they have explored. Greek philosophers like Aristotle, Cicero, and Simonides of Chios used visualization to improve recall. Even United States presidents like Abraham Lincoln and John F. Kennedy employed visualization to prepare for speeches and take major decisions. The method of visualization involves creating a vivid image about the information we want to remember in our mind. For example, let's say you want to remember the short list of words containing parrot, roses, juice, and an aeroplane. Using the method of visualization, you can imagine a bright green parrot perched on a tree, surrounded by bushes of red roses, holding a juice bottle with its feathers, while a big aeroplane flies overhead. This strange, colorful image turns random words into a memorable scene, making it much easier for your brain to retain the information. The method of visualization can be used in various areas, such as while learning new vocabulary, new formulas, and even aids us in public speaking. Simonides of Chios, a pioneer of memory tricks, was a master at visualization. He was a Greek poet from the 5th century BCE. One day he attended a banquet hall at his time, and that later collapsed, killing all the guests inside. Not what you call an ideal night out. However, Simonides survived this accident. After the incident, identifying the bodies were nearly impossible. However, Simonides, who attended the event, was able to recall where each person had sat, helping the family members identify their loved ones. This experience inspired him to develop the method of loci, or also known as the memory palace. The method of loci involves associating a piece of information to a specific place that you know well, like rooms of your house, and then virtually walking through these spaces visualizing the items that you associated, and recalling the information. This method makes recalling details easier as it turns it into a visual journey. Let's understand this better with an example. Let's say you want to remember a short grocery list containing bread, orange juice, bananas, rice, eggs, tomatoes, butter, and cheese. Using the method of loci, here's how you can recall this grocery list more effortlessly. First, choose a familiar place, like your workplace, school, or even your house. This familiar place is known as your memory palace. Then, create a mental path through the house, like starting at the front door, then to the living room, then to the kitchen, and so on. Here, our familiar place is our house. So, we create a mental path through our house, starting at the front door, then to the living room, and to the kitchen, and so on. Then, associate each item on the grocery list to a well known memorable spot in your house, like bread to the main door, tomatoes to the refrigerator, and so on. Finally, virtually walk through the house, visualize the items that you associated with memorable spots, and recall the list. Now, I request you all to please close your eyes for a moment and imagine this in your mind. You slowly walk towards the main door of your house and find a giant loaf of bread blocking the door. You push the bread away and enter your house. As you have entered it, you see a big bottle of orange juice with bananas sitting on the couch watching television. You also find a big sack of rice sleeping at the corner of the ground. Then you slowly walk towards the refrigerator and open it to find tomatoes inside. As you look into the kitchen, you find eggs and butter dancing on the pan. And onto the kitchen counter, you see a big block of cheese being devoured by rats. Now, please open your eyes. Once you have virtually walked through a familiar place and visualized the items that you associated, you can easily recall the list. The method of loci can be used in various areas, such as while learning new languages or while remembering points of a to do list. The effectiveness of method of loci has been proven through tons of research and studies. A study published in Applied Cognitive Psychology by Jason M. Kelly found out that adults using the method of loci significantly outperform those relying on rote memorization techniques, demonstrating its effectiveness in improving recall. This method is especially beneficial in work environments that require quick retention of large amounts of data. But the benefits don't stop there. A study published in Frontiers in Psychology found out that adults using the method of loci not only showed an improvement in their recall abilities, but also showed an increased confidence in their memory abilities and skills. The impact is even greater for younger learners. A research containing children aged between 8 to 12 years found out that children using the method of loci not only outperformed those relying on traditional methods, but also showed more engagement and enjoyment in learning. This method also enhanced long-term retention of memory. These findings and research tells us that the method of loci is an effective tool to improve recall in both children and adults. This method has been used since over 2.5 millennia and is still effective till date. To start using these techniques in our day-to-day life, start small, practicing with simple tasks such as points of a presentation or a short grocery list. Gradually incorporate these techniques in your day-to-day routine to make them habitual. By mastering these techniques, we can all unlock a greater potential in learning and daily life. It's a simple change with a deep impact in our lives, and that's an idea worth spreading. Thank you.